It was an epic scrap, lad, an epic scrap. Dwarf against machine, nature against technology, mind over matter.
Sounds fun.
Mind? How did you destroy it?
I hit him as hard as I could with heavy objects until sparks started leaping out of him.
The finest of
Oh, a
strategies
shrimp
of
tactic.
all time.
Too right, but he did land a couple on me. Look what he did to my beard.
Oh, yes.
I was so tanked up with ale and adrenaline I didn't even notice.
I talked to my granddad. He thinks the ring is important too. He wants to help me get to the human town.
Yeah? Well, of course he wants to do that. Listen to me, laddie. Nothing against your grandpa, but don't you think he's a few gills short of a pint?
My granddad is a great soldier and inventor.
Of course he is. Of course he is. But, how should I put it? He's maybe had one crash landing too many. His flying machines were mostly a bit, temperamental. And let's face it, he wasn't actually the greatest of pilots. Honestly, son, if your grandpa reckons there's something in that story, then for me, that's just one more reason to keep out of it.
Granddad and I will show everyone. I have to go. Enjoy the celebration.
Yeah.
I'll just knot the loose ends around the frame. Done. Wouldn't want to play tennis with it, but it does make a fine scoop net.
I didn't plan to do that. Maybe there's something I haven't seen here. No. Missed.
Gotcha.
Third time's the charm. Maybe there's something downstairs.
And down we go. Parts of some machine or something. If it's useless, it's Dad's. If it's broken, it's Grandad's. And if it's dangerous, it's from my sister Meggie.
Seems like his father isn't so good of a mechanic.
A huge machine, I mean, even for Grandad. He's really taking advantage of Mum and Dad being away. A thin, silvery elven rope. It's very light and almost unbreakable.
Ah.
I'll thread the rope through the eyes around the edge of the tarpaulin. Done. Let's see. If I pull the rope through the eyes on the rucksack... Yes, that should work. There we go. A parachute. And that's the last of my gear. I must get back to Grandad. Fast. My homemade parachute. I really, really hope I'll never need it.
I can't see why.
Excuse me, Colonel Grandad?
Yes, report back.
I have the pot. Helmet.
Excellent, soldier. The helmet will protect you from physical attack. You can even sit on it and use it as a saucepan.
You can actually do all that with a
Let me see
military
your helmet.
It's not all that great, I know, but...
What? It's a good helmet. and it's going to protect a good soldier. That is, of course, as long as the enemy doesn't attack with dragons, or has wizards in its ranks, or magical swords, and doesn't go for your head.
Maybe I should look for some armor with magic.
Poppycock! That helmet will do.
You know, I kind of agree with him. I think I should have more armor.
I got a map.
Excellent! My commanding officer always said good maps are half the battle. Of course, you won't be needing it if everything goes well.
If what goes well?
But if not, it's always good to have a map with you, what?
Okay.
I have a parachute.
Fantastic! Parachutes are hard to come by and are difficult to make yourself. After all, you'd only want to entrust your life in a quality product, not something makeshift you've patched together yourself.
Trust my life. But, of course. I mean, of course not. So, that's the last of my gear.
Checkpoint reached.
Excellent! We could get going if only my damn machine would work. But you can't find a thing in this house. No nitroglycerin, no dragon hide armor, no concentrated pillars of salt, no full mithril jacket bullets, nothing.
What do you need all that for?
For what? It's a war!
But we just want to deliver the ring to the Archmage. Don't you think a sled...
What? I need a nitroglycerin substitute. Something highly explosive.
Like what?
The only thing that comes to mind is good old dwarven ale.
Dwarven ale?
Dwarven ale.
Devilish stuff. We reduced complete countries to ash and rubble with it. We loved the smell of dwarven ale in the morning.
Okay, I'll get you some
You didn't
dwarven
drink the
ale.
stuff?
Anything else?
Yes, I need a cog. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right-hand thread and lock ring locking. It's not a standard size, and I can't find one anywhere.
A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated, BSA threaded flange with right hand thread and locking lock ring. Sounds familiar.
It does.
Come back when you've got the stuff. I'll sort out the rest. But bear in mind, the Dark Lord knows all of your thoughts.
What Dark Lord?
Right.
All I know for evil villain is the sort of arch-witch.
I think there's a cog in that flying fish, just like the one Grandad needs.
Hmm.
Well, that won't work. It wiggles too much.
Okay. Huh.
It's stuck. Poor thing.
It's time to operate.
Shouldn't be a problem with the right tool. There you are. A 5/8-inch screw steel sprocket, straight beveled, hard chrome plated.
Yeah,
BSA
we get
threaded
it.
Flange with right hand thread and lock ring locking. Maybe that cog wasn't all that important. Fly. Oh, maybe it was important.
Aww. And now we need some ale. He's seriously gonna wear the pot all this time? Well, you never know. He might get himself attacked. I'm pretty sure I know who can give us some dwarven ale.
Hello, Master Brewer, sir.
Aye, Wilbur.
Mr. Master Brewer, assuming I were to need some dwarven ale,
Dwarven ale? It's not allowed, unfortunately.
What?
why not?
Have you heard about the explosion on Mount Winterpeak?
The volcanic eruption.
Volcanic eruption. Deep under that mountain was the finest ale brewery in the whole dwarven world. My dad took me there when I was nothing but 2 beer crates tall. Can you imagine how aled up we were?
Oh.
Kind of. What happened?
Ah, well, some so-and-so cocked up, and boom! And that was that! All over for dwarven ale brewing. After the accident, it was banned as a substance of enjoyment. The sharp taste, the warmth in the throat, gone forever. Now it's only used in warfare and in the alchemy industry.
But you do know how to brew dwarven ale, don't you?
Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle? Of course I know. I'm the master brewer. It's not difficult either. First, you get barley germinated in a malt house, then let them bloat up after leaving them dormant for a bit. Then kiln dry the green malt, keeping it
can you slow
turned.
down?
Coarse mill it, making sure that the husks don't get destroyed.
The husks? What are...
Then mash the whole lot in a mash tun, obviously using a decoction procedure. After
slow
the
down,
iodine
I'm not
test,
catching all of
we
this.
get on with purifying and separating the malt from the beer wort in a slatted filter bed.
Of course, but...
In other words, we let the draft run through the mash pot. We then put the first wort
Stop
in
it,
the brewing
will you?
kettle,
Stop
let
it.
simmer, and add the
I
hops.
can't
We
write
let the
this
wort
fast, I
settle to
can't.
remove the trub crust, add the yeast, and then leave to ferment. Then we run everything through the pebble filter. That's all fair enough. Then it gets more complicated.
What?
Stop!
I agree.
What? We're just getting to the exciting part.
I'm sure we were, but I just abandoned the idea of brewing some dwarven ale myself.
Well, whatever you think.
Maybe you could brew. Yeah, you could
Let's
brew
assume
something.
I need a small tankard of dwarven ale really, really urgently. Could you brew it for me?
Could do, but I'm not going to. It's not allowed.
Oh, come on. Who's going to notice? When was the last time another dwarf came by to visit us?
That's a fair time back.
You see? Wouldn't you just love a nice cold dwarven ale tonight to celebrate your victory over the robot?
Oh, dwarven ale is nectar. I'd certainly enjoy a wee taste of it again. No, but it's not going to happen. I'm missing a few ingredients.
And if I get them, would you brew up 2 tankards then? One for me and one for yourself.
Aye. It's a deal. You find me the missing ingredients, and I'll brew some dwarven ale.
Isn't that handy?
Okay, what do you need?
Crystal clear mountain water, hops, and some barley for malting.
Well, that's it? No deviled fire, salamander eyes, or dragon's breath, that sort of thing?
Nope. Water, hops, and malt. Then there's just a few secret ingredients and naturally synthesized aromatic substances and a couple of E numbers. But I've already got them here.
Okay, water, hops, and barley. I'll get them. Here's some barley from my mum's kitchen. Can it be used for brewing?
It's not the best, but it'll have to do.
Do you have any idea where I can get the hops?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that thieving rat took the best part of 5 sacks. I've not enough left. I've got to be careful with it.
The rat, huh?
Maybe there's some in the rat hole.
What were those ingredients for the dwarven ale again? What do I need to get?
I need crystal clear then, and I need bar.
Right. I have to go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
If the rat has stolen that many hops, it might still have something stored in there. There's something in there. Something round. Ugh, hopefully it's not a giant rat dropping. It's a single hop. This is probably all that's left of the stock of hops.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
A crystal clear icicle. I broke it off outside the bastion. It'll take a long time for the icicle to melt. After all, the pot isn't all that warm. I should speed up the melting process.
I think I know how I could do that. Poor Bender.
I'm dying. I need mouth-to-ass resuscitation.
What a way to go.